I'm going to have Shabbos, everyone, as we move along in the Mishna Yomis, as we learn it for Erev Shabbos Parshas Nasa, finishing the second parak and starting the third parak, sponsored by the Fisher family, Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Pel Bas Ruvain, also Nishma Shlomo ben Mordechai, and Lefu Shalem for Yomis Mechai Sar, for the Schus of Avram and Yom ben Shmamak Yehudis and family, also by Yo Klugman and family for the Gezun Parnas and Nachas, and the Refuah Shalema for Meir ben Chayesar and Avigdoraya ben Rivka. They should have a Refuah Shalema b'Seich Shachel Yisrael. Afanoshim at Mishna Zayin in the second parak. Afanoshim sheinu nemenes loimer meis ba'ala. Even women that are not believed to say that their husband died. This is a special kula that in order for a woman not to be an aguna, so we believe even a woman to testify that this woman's husband died, except for women that are suspected to hate her and might be lying in order to mess her up. So afanoshim, even women that are not believed to say that a woman's husband died, they are trusted to bring the get from overseas and to say b'fanei nechtam. Who are these women that are not believed to say that someone's husband died? Chamaisa, a mother-in-law, ubas chamaisa, a daughter of a mother-in-law, that's a sister-in-law, b'tzarasa, a rival, v'yevimta, and her husband's brother's wife, because she's a potential rival if it would be Yibam, or Bas, and also Bas Baila, a stepdaughter. So why are they believed to testify b'fanei nechta, ma ben get lemisa? What's the difference between get and misa? Because when they say that the husband died, they're not bringing any physical proof. But here, she's bringing a get signed by witnesses in her hand. The get itself proves that she's telling the truth. Even a woman could bring her own get. If the husband sends the get, he wants the get to be given by Bezdin Yerushalayim, so he sends the get with her from overseas and instructs her to make Bezdin a shliach to give it to her. So she's believed to say b'fanei nechtam as long as she saw it. Or like anybody that brings a get from overseas, she has to say, in front of me it was written, and in front of me it was signed. In the third parak, we learned the din of lishma, that a get is only kosher if it was written for the woman that he was divorcing. And the Mishnah builds up to a climax from smaller chiddush to biggest chiddush. Kol get shenichtav shaloi l'shem isha, any get that was not written for the sake of this specific woman, pasul, ketzad. So now first the Mishnah tells us a get that wasn't written for Gittin at all. If the husband who wanted to divorce his wife was passing through the market, v'shama kol soifrim makrib, and he heard school teachers that were teaching students with a sample get, ish ploini migorish as ploini mimakim ploini, that Chaim is divorcing Shprinza from Shnipashak. V'amen, he says, I could save myself money. Zeshmi, that's my name. V'zeshem ishti, my wife's name is Shprinza, and I live in Shnipashak. Pasal Garishbay. Of course, that's disqualified because it wasn't even written l'shem gerishin. It was only for teaching purposes. But Yosemi came. Kasav l'garishbay is ishtay. If Chaim writes to divorce his wife Shprinza, and they lived in Shnipashak, v'nimlach, and he changes his mind. Matzah ben Iro, now he finds another Chaim who wants to divorce his wife Shprinza. V'amalai, and he says to him, hey, wait a second, Shmi kishimcha, my name is like your name, V'shem ishti kishem ishtara, and my wife's name is like your wife's name, let me use the get, pasal l'garishbay. It's disqualified because he didn't write it for his wife, it was written for the other man's wife. Yosemi Kane, let's say that Chaim has two wives. Chaim has two wives. He has a younger Shprinza and an older Shprinza. If he wrote it to divorce the older Shprinzer, Lo Yigarish B'Yisaktan, he can't change his mind and say, you know what, I'll use it to divorce the younger Spinzer, because of course it wasn't written for the younger Spinzer. And now the biggest chiddush of them all. He wrote that he's divorcing Spinzer, he told the Sefer to write it, and he said, write to whichever one I will decide. So at the end, it was written for the one that he wanted, because that's the one that he decided. But since at the time it was written, it wasn't written for the specific woman, Yosef Mikain, Amal Alavlo, he tells the scribe, Ksoiv, write it, and then I'll see which one, if I want the older one, the younger one, Pasal the Garish, because at the time it was written, it wasn't definitive which one it was for. That's still not considered Lishmai, because Ein Breira, we don't say retroactive clarification, that it becomes Lishma. I want to thank you very much for joining us. If you are joining us on Motzei Shabbos, the shir is at 10:40. Motzei Shabbos Daf Yomi Tu Blat. Once again, that's 3 times in a row that we did Tu Blat. We did Tu Blat on the day before Shavuos, and we did Tu Blat Motzei Shavuos, and now we're doing Tu Blat Motzei Shabbos to keep up to date with Hashem's help. There will be for the Nasa table, for the Shabbos Nasa table, so keep on a lookout for that. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful Shabbos.